All right, so let's talk about the division series game fours. All of them except for one are done now. Three teams have made it onto the championship series, and the only series that will go to a game five is the Giants Dodgers. All three other ones are done. So let's talk about it. Let's go American League side first. Let's start with the Rays and Red Sox. Now, for those of you that saw my video, Chiefs, Rays, Bolts, our prediction video, I had the Rays winning this, and I think they are the better team. I just think the Red Sox are really hot right now, and in a best-of-5 series, you play this over again, the Rays might win it. It's just the way it is with baseball. It fluctuates a lot. The Red Sox win the series 3-1 and win Game 4 6-5. In the bottom, it was a walk-off once again, recurring thing. But definitely a very action-filled game. The Rays had a very, very impressive comeback in this game. They had to come back, and they faced a lot of adversity playing at Fenway, but unfortunately they came up short. I was rooting for them. So yeah, let's get into this. So the game was low scoring until the third inning. Rafael Devers, who's been a monster all series, got a 3-run jack to center field, and Zach Hampel actually caught the ball. The ball hawk, famous guy. So that made it 3-0 Sox, and Alex Verdugo got an RBI into left field off the monster in bottom of the third inning. So it made it 4-0 Red Sox, and then 5-0 after JD Martinez RBI off the green monster once again. So Rays had to come back from a 5-0 deficit. That's very hard to do in a playoff setting, especially in an elimination game. Austin Meadows got the Rays on the board with an RBI ground out to Kyle Schwarber, so it made it 5-1. And then Wander Franco got a 2-run jack to center field, home run, and Zach Hampel caught it once again. Very funny how that happens. 5-3 at that point. And it would get even more interesting after Kevin Kiermaier got an RBI into right center field. He's obviously a very good hitter, and so that made it 5-4. And Arozarena tied the game up with a hit into right field. He actually went on over to second, and that scored in the game-tying run, which was very, very good of him. He's obviously a clutch hitter for sure. And there wouldn't be another score until Kike Hernandez hits a walk-off crush ball to left field. It was caught, but obviously sacrifice fly brought in the run, and the Red Sox take the series. Did not expect this at all. Did not expect the Red Sox to win the series or even get to here. So they're going to move on to the ALCS. Next, Astros defeat the White Sox 10-1 in Game 4. So they win that series. Obviously, I'm not happy about that. I thought it'd be cool to battle the Sox in the ALCS, but that won't happen. 10-1 final, so an absolute crushing performance in this game. Gavin Sheets got actually the only run for the White Sox came in the second inning, and it was actually the first run of the game. Gavin Sheets solo homer, so a little bit of momentum for Chicago, but it didn't really go to their favor. Carlos Correa got a 2-run homer, 2-1 Astros, 3-run Martin Maldonado made it, 5-1 after Alex Bregman crushed a 2-run double to the wall. 5-1 at that point, like I said. 6-1 Michael Brantley made it. A lot more action. Michael Brantley once again came up and got an RBI single, 7-1. And then Altuve slugged a homer in. It was 10-1 in the ninth, and then the Astros took the game. So 10-1 final, and in that case we will have a Red Sox versus Astros ALCS. So one of those two teams will make it. That's a hated scenario for me. I really hope a National League team wins the World Series. But yeah, speaking of National League, let's talk about the National League games. Brewers and Braves. The Braves upset the Brewers in this series. They win 3-1 after a really clutch game from them, led by Freddie Freeman. They would get the 5-4 victory. I did not expect them to make it this far either. But, what do you know? Charlie Morton was on the mound for them. He's obviously a pretty good pitcher, 14 wins this year. But yeah, definitely a really good game, especially for Atlanta. Omar Narvaez got an RBI double that started off the game for the Brewers, which got them on the board. It was 1-0. And then Lorenzo Cain, the former Royal, actually, he got an RBI into center field, single, which made it 2-0 Brewers, and so they had an early lead, right? And they were down in this series too, so very critical for them. Yeah, we wouldn't have any scoring until the bottom of the fourth, where Atlanta ties it up with an Eddie Rosario 2-run hit single actually into center field, and that tied the game up at 2. Rowdy Tellez got a 2-run jack home run into center field. Wow, great hit for him. I mean, that was crushed, and that made it 4-2 Milwaukee Brewers. So yeah, then Atlanta, they once again kind of fought back, and they got a Jock Peterson RBI fielder's choice. He beat out the throw, and that made it 4-3. Milwaukee still had the lead, and that scored in Ozzie Albies. Travis d'Arnaud got an RBI in the bottom of the 5th, which tied the game up for the Braves. It was an RBI single snuck by the first baseman. And then Freddie Freeman off Josh Hader, obviously a great reliever. Freddie Freeman crushed a home run to center field, and that pretty much won the game for the Braves. 5-4 final, and they move on to the NLCS and will either face the Giants or the Dodgers. And speaking of that, the Dodgers, facing elimination, will force a Game 5 after beating San Francisco 7-2. So this is a really crazy series. I actually predicted this, this would happen. Game 5 will be a thing. Giants looked like the better team last night, but the Dodgers tonight looked really good. With a 7-2 victory, they had Buehler on the mound facing Anthony Descalfani, and both are pretty good. I mean, in terms of their win-loss ratio. Trey Turner got an RBI double into right field to the wall, which made it 1-0 Dodgers. Chris Taylor then crushed a ball out to left field, which was caught at the warning track, but it was a sacrifice fly, which scored in a run, which made it 2-0 Dodgers. And the next run would come from a Mookie Betts 2-run shot to right field. It was hit out, pretty nice for him, and that made it 4-0. And the Giants are in a hole. They did get on the board with a Darren Ruff RBI ground out, which made it 4-1. But Mookie Betts once again came up and got an RBI sacrifice fly. It was a pretty good catch made out and left, but it was 5-1. And the Giants again got a run with a Chris Bryant RBI ground out. So recurring thing. I mean, they got RBI ground outs. It's not something to really be proud of. And then Will Smith got a 2-run, really good home run for him, which was just put the Dodgers over the top, 7-2, and we will have a Game 5. So 3 of the 4 DS series are done, and the final one will be concluded very soon when the Giants take on the Dodgers. So let me know your guys' thoughts. I'll see you guys later, and peace out.